Hello and welcome to the Diplomatic Missile, and today I'll be taking a look at Guns of Icarus Online. The Guns of Icarus Online is an arena-based airship combat game set in a steampunk universe where teams of 4 go up against each other in huge up to 32 player arenas to blow the crap out of each other in huge customizable airships. Now this game was made in the Unity engine, I believe by a smaller team of developers than you would expect, but this is a really good game, and it's not too expensive. It's £15 or $20 I believe, and when it goes down in sale obviously it goes cheaper than that, so it's well worth picking up. So I'm going to jump straight into this and show you what it's all about, because this game is really fun. Now this game obviously I don't think was meant to be played on your own, although it is quite fun on your own because there is quite a lot of communication needed if you want to win. Now there are a few problems with this game, there's not too many, and the goods definitely outweigh the bads, but I'm going to show you the bad points anyway. But I'll definitely show you all of the good points about this game and why you should pick it up. So as I said, this is probably meant for co-op as it is a 4-player combat game, 4-player team game, and relies on you communicating with your team to be able to pull off a win. So I'm going to jump straight into this to show you what it's all about. So I'm going to start with the options menu. So let's have a look. We have our video settings, we have our full resolution up to 920 by 1200. We have our display modes, full screen and windowed. We have anti-aliasing, vertical sync, lighting quality, reflection, shadow quality, texture quality, post-processing, and a standard field of view that goes up to 90. We also have our audio settings, which all of our master volumes, music volume, SFX volume, signal volume, voice volume, and voice chat enabled. We have all of our controls with the reverse mouses for the guns, the joysticks, and just a look around mouse. We have our key bindings and joystick bindings that we can both edit as well. So it's a pretty good options menu there. We also have our profanity filter and tutorial text. Now up here we have our social menu where we can add our friends in the game. We also have our player profile with me. As you can see, I have the 3 classes you can be: gunner, engineer and pilot. I primarily play engineer. I barely played any of pilot and a little bit of gunner. We also have our achievements that we've got here. This is the part of the game that I don't like, and I'll show you why in a second. We have our avatar, our forum profile, and to manage my account, and all of the social media down here. Now I'm going to go to the progress tab, and I'm going to show you one of the parts that I don't like about this game. Now the way you level up your characters up here, we have 1, 3 and 1, is by doing achievements. They do it in a TF2 style, where the more achievements you get, the high levels you will get, as TF2 does it with items. Now up here we have our stats. We have the stats for the pilot, the gunner and the engineer. So able engineer until next level 2. So I need to get 2 achievements until that next level. So now if I go to my logs, I can see my engineer's log. I have 10 out of 128 achievements to get. Now if I wanted to complete this achievement, it says play 10 matches. So I need to complete another 7 matches. I've extinguished 45 fires and spotted 12 ships. Now I understand why they did this, because it means that you get the achievements just going about your daily routine of what you do on the ship. So as an engineer, I will be extinguishing fires, and I will be spotting ships from time to time. And if I go to, let's say, the pilot's log, as I haven't done, I'll play 2 matches, destroy 20 parts, as I may need to get on a gun, so it's only 20 parts, and spend 10 seconds using helm skills. Well, I'm going to use helm skills because I'm playing pilot. Now take cover, maybe spend 360 seconds inside a cloud. That's something that you might do on a pilot. Now challenges, you have the tutorial challenges, the citizenship challenges and the teaching challenges, and you have all of these things about the different logs you can unlock, which I'll go through in a second. Now the thing I don't like about this is because it's an achievement system, people may wish to negate doing things to win the game or for the team, instead doing things that aren't needed just to get the achievements to level up. And I think that's kind of a barrier to the communication and cooperation of the game. And I thought if they added an experience point system, then I thought it would be kind of a bit better, though I can see why some people like this. I just think it kind of hinders the cooperation aspect if people just want to level up, which I know some people's mindsets are. Now you also have the prizes for doing different achievements. These will get you little gunner ranks, as you can see there, little prize. You can get different dyes unlocked, different collectibles and clothes. See, like I unlocked a widow's peak hairstyle, a green dye and a yellow dye. So you can unlock all of these different things by leveling up. So there are some unlockables in this game, so that's another reason to level up. Now all of the unlockables I believe are cosmetic, but they do look pretty cool. Now we also have our notifications for anything that you want. Now I'm going to go to this. Now I really like this. Now this shows like an interactive book, if you will, of the different games that you can, different manuals that you have. So you have our game manual here that allows you to see all of the different things, which is really nicely laid out in an old style handbook sort of thing. So the gunner tools, the engineer overview, engineer tasks, the tools, the weapons overview, and the ship's overview. Now if we go back to this log, we also have Wilson's notes, which allow you to see the guns. Now you unlock these, so you can see the stats of the guns. As you see, I haven't unlocked all of them. We have the guns, which you can unlock there. And if we go back to Wilson's Notes Volume 2, this is the heavy weapons. I've unlocked 2 of these. The Hellhound Heavy Twin Carronade. Now you can still use all these guns in game. These are just like the stat pages for them, which you can't see otherwise. I'm sure you could probably find them online, but it's a really nice feature. You also have Luss's Travels. I believe this is the maps, yeah. So you can see all the maps. So this is Canyon Ambush. There's quite a few maps in this as well, which I really like. There's a lot of different variety, and Evades Reports is the different ships. So we have the Goldfish here. Sorry, the Junker, the Squid. I'll get into them later. So this is the kind of the Progress tab and the Learning tab done. So now I'm going to show you the customization and the ships. Now this is where the game starts getting really into it. Now the models on these ships are just brilliant. You can walk around on basically every aspect of the ship except the balloon. Now this is the HMS Sunspear, as I've named it. Now there are, I believe there's 6 or 7 ships. I'll go through them all. We have the Goldfish. We have the Mobula, if it decides to load the ship. And all of these ships have different ways of playing. So for example, the Mobula has all of its guns on the front. Every single gun is on the front, as you can see. And if you get hit from behind, then it's very vulnerable. But if you take it from the front, then it will nearly always win. Done that, we have the Spire, which is an all-round ship, as you can see up here on the thing. We also have the Dreadnought Mark 5. Dreadnought Mark 6, actually. I'm sure why I called it that. But it looks pretty cool. This is the Pyramidion, which has... So you're going to want to take that one on the right side, instead of taking it on the left or the front. We have the Galleon, which is the main tank. Now this, this ship you're going to want to completely take head on, as it has no guns. They're all on the side. You don't want to be taking this one on the side, as it will destroy you with 4 different heavy guns. We have the Derpy Squid, which is highly maneuverable, but the durability is very low and its firepower is limited, and the armor is very low as well, but it's very, very maneuverable, so it can dart in and out. And we also have the Junker, which is yet again another all-rounder ship that's kind of less speedy than the others, but has more firepower and armor. So now we're back to the Goldfish. Now you can also customize all the guns. So let's use this as an example. So we can go to this gun. We can choose up to the 4 heavy guns. We have the Typhon Heavy Flak, the Manticore, the Hellhound, and the Lumberjack. Now all of these have different things. We have fires a blinding barrage of 20 rockets, a powerful area of denial effect. This is a giant shotgun. This is a huge medium to long range flat cannon and a giant mortar that kills balloons. Now we also have the flamethrowers. Not the flamethrowers, they're all of the light guns. Now there are an awful lot of light guns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 light guns. They all do different things. So let's take the Artemis, is a single explosive rocket, which is a long range snipe basically. And if you really want sniping, you have the, where is it? There it is, the Mercury Field Gun, which is a long-range scope cannon that fires explosive rounds. So that's mainly for taking out guns and specific parts of the ship you don't want alive. We also have the Echidna, which is a smaller flat cannon to the big one. The Banshee light rocket, which fires explosive rockets that light components on fire. There's a shotgun there. There's the Hades light cannon, which is an armor-melting arcing shotgun. The mine launcher, which you can place mines in air that can 3-hit a ship, but are obviously quite hard to place and take some skill. The light harpoon gun that deals massive damage to a hull, and you can reel enemies into you to maybe catch them with the flamethrower or deal huge damage to them with this Gatling gun. So there's a lot of gun customization goes into it. Now next I'll go to the character. So this is our characters. We have the engineer, your gunner, and your pilot. So let's go to my engineer, as is the most. We have our primary and secondary dies. We also have some goggles, our headwear, and costumes. Now we can select our different voices. I only have 2 of them, like that. We have our piloting equipment. Now you can select different equipment to have. Now, the classes work by having one of each, and then whatever class you are has an extra 2. So as an engineer, I have an extra 2 engineering skills. Now, I always go for the spyglass because you're never going to be using any of these, except maybe the rangefinder to scope the enemy distance for the target. Give the distant target for yourself, and any gunner will know if their gun is in range. So that's quite useful, I suppose, for the gunners. But I always use a spyglass because it's so useful for spotting ships. Now we also have a gunnery rounds where we can choose a different round that we can use in our guns. And obviously gunners will have 3 different rounds for different situations. So I got a bit of a cough today. We have our different engineering equipment, and this is the one where the engineer shines. Now we have the pipe wrench, the rubber mallet, the Dynabuff Industries kit, and the chemical spray. And in the fire extinguisher slot, we can have the chemical spray or the fire extinguisher. Now, I prefer to have the fire extinguisher because although the chemical spray will make the component immune to fire damage, it does not put the fire immediately. So if something is really on fire, the chemical spray is kind of useless. Now, the pipe wrench is the shifting spanner, is used for repairing HP, not the rebuild, and the rubber mallet is used for rebuilding instead. Now you can also change the skin tone, the hair, and the eyes, like so. I'm going to change all of them back now. And I'll complete my customization. Now you can also build parties as such, and form crew, which allows you to jump into games with a full crew. Now games do take a while to start, as it's done in a matchmaking system. So I'm going to join a match here. Let's see, what match shall I join? Now, I may need to skip forward or stop the video because it will take a while for a match to start. So let's say we join this one. Nope, did not want to join that one because there's a 15 out of 16 player. There we go. So now we're in a big game here. Which team am I on? Am I on a team? No, I believe I have to be a spectator. Nope, they started the game. That's a shame, really. Oh, wait, I think I'm in. Now, I don't think I actually got into that game. I'm not too sure if I did or not. I'm not sure if I became a spectator or I became a player. If I became a spectator, then I will stop the video and find a game to join and go straight into it because it will take a while to find one. Because it's based on a matchmaking system, the game can't start until enough players say ready, and those players can take a while to find, as most games have 16 players in it, but some of them go up to 24 to 32 max. So games do get pretty big. Now, it would help if this loaded so I could see whether I'm in the game or not. So hello and welcome back in. So that first game I got into, turns out I was a spectator, but I've managed to get into a second game here after not too long, around 5 to 10 minutes. That does seem like quite a while. There are some connectivity issues because it is a matchmaking game. But other than that, I think it's good. So here we are. I'm playing Engineer, as you would expect, on a game with 2 teams. And I'm just going to run over the ship before we get into any combat. Before we start getting shot at. So to start off, we have the hull here. Now, if this goes down, then the entire game is over. Well, not the entire game, but your ship is dead, and you will have to respawn. And we are playing the deathmatch mode, so we just have to kill each other. Up there, you can see what we appear to be the blue team, and the red team is the enemies. So down here, we have our engines. Now, the pilot, who is the guy on the wheel, has the engines. If they're not turned on, I'm going to be on the galleon here. If the engines aren't turned on, then he cannot move. And if one engine goes down, he can't go to the right. Now, we appear to be getting in some combat from an enemy ship here, so I'm going to spot it with that. And now I'm going to go down and get onto one of these guns. Now, I need to make sure the balloon and hull is working sufficiently, so I can get some shots off here. Here to not hit him there. Now, I need to be very careful and make sure I stay on top of this hull. So an engineer's main job is to just make sure everything is repaired. So I'm going to repair this hull. Keep this hull nice and repaired. Now, one of the engines appears to be down, so I'm going to get my spanner out and start to repair this engine. Now, the galleon is the toughest ship, but it's also one of is the slowest, and it's also the most susceptible to balloon damage, because the balloon is biggest. So I need to stay on top of this. Now if the balloon is destroyed, then we will start to go down, and you do not want to hit the ground, because when you hit the ground you die extremely fast. And my hammer here repairs things when they're not completely destroyed, so I'm going to get a Hwatcher shot on him there. Going to get a couple of hits on him then. The Hwatchers aren't exactly the easiest thing to aim. Now we have less light guns than we do heavy guns, which is very rare. But that also means that we have less flexibility in different situations. So I'm going to fire the Hwatcher just so we have time to reload. No, has that been spotted? Yes, it's been spotted. Now there our teammate, the Junker, is moving in there. Now let's stay on top of this hull repair. Now as I click on it, you can see this timer is here. That is the timer of until it can be repaired again. Now this is the way of balancing things to make sure like 5 people can't jump on one thing and the ship become immortal. I suppose that should technically be true, but obviously it wouldn't happen because repairing things in this is a lot easier than repairing things in real life. Realism isn't exactly this game's strong point. Although it does bring some good physics and some good combat. The combat in this is really well done. And one of the things I find quite strange, understandable why they did it, but when you scout another ship, let's go to there, you cannot see the other players moving about the ship. Now that's probably to keep down server lag and keep FPSs up, which I can perfectly understandable. But it's quite strange when you personally can't get killed by shots. I thought that would be quite awesome. You literally can't die in this game other than your ship getting blown up. Even jumping off the side, you will just teleport back to your ship, as I'm going to demonstrate now. So if I jump off the side here, it will just land me on the ground here, and I should just teleport back. There we go. Now we appear to be moving for a cloud layer. Now cloud layers will damage everything on your ship apart from your hull and balloon, so I need to stay on top and make sure everything is repaired. Let's continue. The hull is fine. Need to stay on top of these engines because the things will, their clouds will destroy the engines and guns quite fast. So as my engineer, it's my job to keep them nice and fixed up. And let's see if I can hit him with some of these. Don't think I'll be able to because we're not in range. And we appear to have a high mortar here. I like the high mortar. Not many ships use it, and I like it. So let's continue to make sure this ship is nice and repaired before we get into another piece of combat. Now let's keep tabs on the enemy ships. There's one enemy ship there. Looks like we're about to get in on him there. Looks like he's trying to do some armor shredding with that light mortar. And the carronade, see if you can get some shots on him. Yeah, we're well out of range. We're definitely out of range for that. I'm going to get on top of the mortar and see the damage I can do with this. Now this thing is incredibly hard to aim. Or not, if I just casually hit him with this mortar. Now it does take a while to reload, as do most of the guns. And the reload animations and the reload animation, the animation quality in this game is really, really good. Oh, I'm getting some good shots on him now. He's really, really good. I was really impressed with the animation quality, as you can see on this gun here. Oh, we appear to be taking them out. Now the white crosses believe that you've damaged something. He's down. The white crosses say that you have damaged something. Wow, we're destroying them. It's 0 to 4. As I was saying, before I was so rudely interrupted by mortar fire, the red crosses mean we have destroyed something completely, and we're hitting their hull, and that means we're actually killing them. Or the white crosses mean that we're just damaging them, and they can repair it. So the red crosses are the ones we're looking for. So if the red crosses are there, means we're probably going to kill them, more often than not. And we don't appear to be moving anywhere. We just appear to be staying back and firing mortar shots at them whilst the Junker takes them out. I suppose is perfectly valid. Unfortunately, we are kind of the tanky ones. I still appear to be hitting them with this mortar shot somehow, even though they're in a cloud. That's where spotting really comes in handy. And then there is literally only one ship left we need to kill. Now it looks like we're under attack. I think it's coming for us now. Now that is coming in hot now. I should be able to get some good mortar shots when this reloads. Come on, reload. Come on, reload. Reload. Yes. Oh, look at that mortar shot. Shredding that balloon. And again. One more. He's going down. Yes. Now that is how you do it. So our role in that match was kind of staying back and taking things. Oh, I said GG. That's okay. GG. Now this is my earning report, and the end of the game we can commandeer them. So our role in that match was staying back and giving the Junker some support fire, and it was pretty fun actually. We got some good mortar shots in that, and now we return to the lobby and the next map is picked. Now I think because this video has kind of gone on a bit, I shall stop playing this now, because yeah, it's kind of gone on a bit and we want it to be, we don't want the video to be too long, even though I believe it's over 20 minutes already. Good job, mate. Well, there's a lot of content in this game, and I did want to show most of it because it's a really good game. There's a few bad points, such as I think the leveling system's a bad point. But other than that, I think this game is well worth buying, especially in the sales when it goes down to around £5, $7. And is a really good pickup. So, thank you very much for watching this. It's kind of an overview of Guns of Icarus Online, which you should definitely go and pick up. So thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.